Oh yeah. All right. Looks like we're in action. Had to run this off my laptop because I think my old iMac desktop is no longer capable of being compatible with this piece of software. It is very old, but I'll see if I can do something about it or whether I'm just going to shift into this one. Also, looks like we can live stream on Twitter now as well. So, or sorry, X. So that's happening. What else? No, it was a bit of a hassle to make this work. Oh yeah, we're doing this later today because I had a meeting. As soon as I got to the studio, the whole schedule is a bit of a mess for today, but I just gotta get something done. So it's been a while since we live streamed a session last time. I have been doing some workouts, but they've been taking place in at such a time in such a way that I couldn't live stream them. So yeah, I only do the live streams here when it's convenient, when it makes sense. But especially these days, I gotta be pretty fast with a lot of stuff. So live stream happens when it happens. But yeah, I think that's about covers the basics for that. So, camber bar. I already did one warm up set. So we can go ahead and load some actual plates on here. I will be using the blocks even if the weights are low because these plates are super slippery on the bar. So it is what it is. So I'm really trying to focus on my technique right now. Just trying to go for that hypertrophy goal or aspect. So super slow, super controlled, and then going down or doing the eccentric and then trying to explode out fast. Yeah. Pretty much how many reps I can do is decided by how much I can do before I pass out. Because being fixed in that position really prevents the blood flow to my head apparently, and I will pass out if I stay in there for too long, which would be an argument for raising the weight that I'm working on. But I don't know, this whole equation is getting trickier by the day because I want to do more of a hypertrophy approach, but for example on the bench, if I'm gonna pass out because I'm fixed in that position, then that really does put a cap on how much I can do. I'm gonna go ahead and just hang semi-hang from this bar a tiny bit to stretch out the shoulder. Also stretches the lat and actually the pec apparently. Just try and get a bit more looseness, open things up, get the range of motion right. Okay. Oh, good. Feels solid, so it's always a positive. So I've been trying to set up this automation stuff for all of my social media, etc., so I don't have to. So I have to do as little as possible, which is always good. Still a few kinks to iron out and sort out. So that feels super different, doing reps in this way, like a super controlled lowering. Almost feels like most of the work, at least here on the bench, is happening during that eccentric phase. Very different. You know, before I even knew anything about the hypertrophic effects of the kind of more bodybuilding technique, or rather I should say the kind of modern bodybuilding technique that is being I guess, defined today. I've always been, well, not always, but for a long time, I've been doing my reps in this sort of a way, just out of something that felt accessible to me or felt right. Always been very, well, I shouldn't say always. For a long time, I've been very careful about the control on the movements because I felt like I really want to be in control of the weight. That always felt like a super important thing for me. Not because of any like hypertrophic aspect, but ever since I started doing barbell big compound movements, I just felt like that's the thing that I wanted to kind of grasp and master and focus on. Because if you know, it doesn't feel right if you just bounce stuff back and forth and just let things like drop or move fast when you're not doing the concentric part. I just felt always like I wanted that control, and like doing it felt right. So, and then now in hindsight, although I was focusing a lot of the strength on a lot of strength stuff before, I understand why I actually grew muscle so well, even on that kind of a agenda, because I was doing so much control always on the eccentric portion of the movement. So that kind of explains a lot. But even this is kind of what I did just now was kind of the next level of that for me. The next level of control, focusing even more on it, and just trying to keep it very slowed down, very kind of tempoed, and very controlled. But yeah, I never felt comfortable doing like bench or overhead, you know, lowering down in sort of uncontrolled fashion. But obviously a lot of people do it because they feel like the point is to get the weight up, and they want to do that as fast as possible. And if they spend energy on the lowering portion of it, they're not going to be able to be as strong on the you know, the concentric part of the movement, which is true. You don't get to move as much weight if you're spending more energy you know, controlling and lowering the weight. It is absolutely true, and yeah, I mean, if you're training strength, then that makes more sense. I'm going to stick to this weight, and I'm probably going to do a couple of more sets. I'm going to keep up this technique, and we're going to see how that feels. Definitely not going to go up in weight here. We did 10 reps. So, well, I guess I could. In fact, yeah. Let's put something there. Just something I probably won't even notice. Which, because we are very much. Kind of the first set for me is still like waking up the nervous system. So we'll put 2 kg more there. Let's see how that feels. But still, let's make technique number 1 here. Try and be in that kind of a similar rep range. All right. very good. Feels good. Getting a really good stretch on the pecs there, which is great stuff. So I'm gonna bump it up just a tiny bit more. So this is with these locks instead. These are 2.5 each. So 5 kg altogether. This will probably be the final set, I would expect. We're gonna go pretty close to failure. Obviously I can't go to it because, well, for practical reasons I can't actually set up the pins here so that it would be possible. But also from a programming standpoint, not a good idea for me. All right, this is it. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Gonna have to call it there because I getting a really good tear here on the pecs, but it's a bit like without a spotter. It's really not ideal to be benching for hypertrophy in that way. Oh my lord. But also, I feel like that's a decent stimulus for where we are right now. I really like this in the sense of not focusing on the weights and actually focusing on technique and reps. You can get so wrapped up in the weights themselves that you don't actually do what's ideal in relation to your goals, and certainly in the case of hypertrophy, it's very much not about the weight in that same way. Obviously it's a factor, but not in the same way as it would be for something like strength-based training. So let's get this camber bar out of here. Put it over in this rack. I'm still need to find time to set up the other cam so that it would automatically alternate between the two, but I probably have to set up some kind of Stream Deck macro for that, but yeah. So I do want to log what we just did. So where the heck is it? Camber bar. So we did 50, then we did 52, and then 55 kg for 10, 10, and 8. So again, this is very different from our previous approach, but we can figure out how they convert easily enough. All right, the next one we can track pretty well. So cable row. Yep. Just checking that it isn't in two places. All right, so god dang, we did 25 kilos added, 15 reps per side. So seems pretty crazy. But as a warm-up, I'll just load up a tenor here and see how that feels. Again, I've been pretty strict with the technique. Very strict with the technique on this one anyway, so you can actually track this pretty well, but I think I can be even more strict than before. But I love this movement because you get such a massive range of motion. You can lean ahead, you can turn a bit, you get as big of a stretch as you pretty much can with a row type of a back exercise. So that's good. And then you can also lean forward and do a slight rotation and lean to the side. So it's an excellent exercise, and also being a cable thing, the tension is constant, so that's good as well. Now, so I just added 20 kg there, plus whatever the sled is, but we don't know what it is, so we don't count it. So I've done 20 reps on this weight per side, and then 25 kg for 15. So this is definitely going to be super tough. That warm-up set, just to get a feel, that felt really good, but things get exponentially harder as you begin to push upwards. So the options are going for 20 kg, and I gotta go beyond 20 reps, which seems very crazy. So I don't know if that's actually viable. Or I could go to $25 and beat 15, or I can go to something like oh yeah, I mean I could do sets as well, so and I think that's actually, I don't know if it's what we're gonna do here though, because alright, so I'm thinking here that I wanna, let's do 22. That feels like 22 kg, and we're trying to get into the zone of the 20 rep range. So it's gonna be a lot. For me, the bench is actually a really good way to, I feel like it just warms up my back really well, or pretty much any kind of pushing movement for the antagonistic side. But in terms of sets, I would here much rather go with intensity over the sets here. But let's go with this. We'll see how it feels. And then we're either just gonna do a set for today, or I mean 20 is pretty crazy for me here, so we're gonna go ahead and strap in really good. Alright, so that's what I can do with still good control and technique. Really trying to focus more on the eccentric there. Eccentric. It makes a hell of a big difference there. And also I get a bit of a feeling in my hip or lower back because of the rotation that I can't quite keep it together longer than that, but all in all, pretty surprised by how decent that felt. So let's strap in once again. Oh my. That's rough. That's rough. It definitely dug its roots in my nervous system. Ooh. So, yeah. Oh. Cool. We're gonna finish this off with some triceps and biceps as well, but we'll get going with this first. Let's get these weights out of here. Man, it's really controlling the eccentric part of the movement here, or the back. You really feel that more. I struggle to feel that on the kind of pushing muscles. Again, for that, it feels like I'm doing more back work than anything else, but here you can really feel it in your back trying to hold the weight. So, good stuff. Maybe we can figure that out for the pushing. So, one arm tricep push down. I think we're supposed to put 7 kg on here, which seems pretty pretty insane, as it is such a, because we have the sled in here as well. It's a tiny group of muscles, but I gotta force the progressive overload somehow, and been really forcing it this way. So this is really tough on my grip. It's really hard to hold to the slick, whatever you call this, rope. So this is really, gotta grind these one at a time and re-grip here. This is super brutal. For the tricep. I'm gonna try and control the eccentric here as well. Which I definitely feel here on the tricep. One more. It's pretty ridiculous, but it's what we're doing. Oh, all right. All right, so again, pretty ridiculous, but triceps are really still haven't figured out found a best way to integrate those into this current approach, but also I'd love to do triceps with the easy bar, but something about my elbow that doesn't agree. So all right, we got to do biceps, so that's going to be one arm cable bicep. So we're going to do 6 kg. Last time we had 15 reps on kg less. So let's see how this goes. So 6, yes. Let's get the bench here in the right place. And yeah, all right, so 15 reps makes us superstar here, but yeah, no way more than 12. At least in one go, but I mean that tension was pretty intensive, so It's a tiny bit of form break there at the end, but that's what had to be done. What's up, Ilya? Did you recover from your visit? Or your latest session? I don't want to say what it was since we're live, but I hope you didn't feel too much of a burn, if you catch my drift. So I think we do need a quick set of abs, since I haven't done absolutely anything for abs for maybe a couple of months. So I guess this is in order, and also I want to see where things are at, you know. All is fine. That's good to hear. I can't say the same. All right. All right, I think that's conservative enough to stop there and see what I feel tomorrow. My abs didn't feel too bad. Obviously I feel like it's not as solid as the last time, but not as bad as I expected, because ab rollouts can feel super brutal if you don't have the strength in there. So this was actually I'm very surprised positively by that, but cool. Time to hit the shower, eat, and then try and do something real quick before I gotta leave back home. So that's it for this session. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't followed wherever you may be watching, consider doing so. Twitch, YouTube, maybe the best places to do that. But see you next time. Take care of yourself. Finished.